Right. It appears that I am live. Cool, cool. Hopefully this camera isn't too messed up here. I guess it looks like focus on your boy right fast. Yes, indeed. So, this is the base hang, and I'm guessing it's the fifth episode. So, I have no way of knowing for sure. I have to check to see how many base hangs I've done since I started doing base hangs. But we're just going to call this five. And if it ends up being more than that, I'll adjust the number or whatever. But what's happening? This is, I think it's the day before the contest ends. So I wanted to do this little check in, see how everybody's doing. Give one last opportunity to enter the contest. I think it's around uh, close to 400 applicants for the base and stuff. So that's everybody that's done it so far. And yeah, I got to figure out how am I gonna go about selecting. I have a randomizer that I can use for YouTube, but I want it to be fair. So I got to figure that whole thing out. What's happening, Griselda? Lakeland? Hopefully I said that right. Lashland? Hopefully I said that right. Yeah. I respect y'all, man, because last time I went live, both of y'all were there. Vinrock too. What's going on, man? I'll always checking on you, boy. I appreciate that. It's dope. But yeah, the bass I'm giving away is already in here. I might pull it out of the case and test on it a little bit, so y'all at least have an idea what it sounds like and stuff like that. That might be an idea. What's going on, Mike? What's happening, Tiny? What's going on, Philip? Gouda Winston. Cool. Stage 800 came in. That's what's up. Mike, hi from the UK. Appreciate it. What's going on? Um, yes. So I do need to address something. The last video I put out about the Glary Bass before and after mods, I didn't realize that the hum was quite as pronounced. So I thought it was a grounding issue. Turns out that it's a shielding issue. So I went on the interwebs and did a few things. First being, I got this. I have a whole roll of copper shielding, and it's 3M. So I think it's like it's just sticky shielding. So I'm going to be tackling that. If glare base, if that's a thing for all the bases, I'm gonna be tackling that, making sure I knock that out. So that could actually not be when I do the recording. And this is gonna be the first time I'm ever using shielding. So I gotta watch some YouTube videos on how to properly do that. So we'll be knocking that out, fixing that base, locking that one up. And if it goes well, I might just run the gambit and do it to all my glare bases just to make sure everything's straight. Um, so yeah, that's coming. But I did want to say that and apologize because I didn't realize the hum was that not that headphone going, and I listened to playback. So yeah, yep. Do more church vlogs, please. I wish I could. I can't do that because we pretty much run through the PA system. So um, on the stage, it's a complete dead zone. Only thing you'll be able to hear is drums. So me trying to do like record a service or something like that, I don't know if that's gonna actually work out. So I have to figure that out if I'm gonna actually make that happen. So as for the present moment, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. Or at least not right now. So uh, I could possibly do gate blogs or whatever, but Church, I can't do it right now. Cool project. I got a Glary P bass for myself and the jazz bass for my son. Cool. I want to learn the bass. What's the easiest way to learn? Um, Easiest way to learn is actually YouTube. Like you can get beginning bass lessons or beginning, yeah, beginning bass lessons, and they'll teach you the basic stuff. And then once you get the basics of how to play notes and all that good stuff, sitting by the radio, just turning on the good old radio and playing what you hear, messing around with it until you get an idea for where things are on the neck. That's the easiest way to do it. Griselda, do you use in-ear monitors? Yeah, I do. Ruben, what's going on? Actually do. I use Shure 215s or 213s, something like that. Yeah, they're just a little bitty over in the ear uh, headphones or whatever. So yeah, what would you say is the best skill to have on bass? Skill. Um, I don't even know if it's really a skill, but I would say groove. That's the best thing to have. You can put groove on anything, long as you're locked in with the drummer. You can basically go wherever you want to with the song. Taped flats or rounds. I never really played with flats, so I can't even say that. Uh, I'm gonna say rounds because that's my normal go-to. Um, there's nothing against flats or anything like that. That on a fretless bass is A1, but I personally I don't really have a fretless bass. I have a fretless neck I can put on a bass, but I don't have any use for it. Let's see. I agree with your idea. Oh, the easiest way to learn. Oh, the easiest way to learn. Yeah. How are the new strings test drive progressing? Great. Actually, I have a video that's going to be coming out next week where I do a DI with the Sire M2, and you can hear how it sounded 2 days out of the pack after two different gigs. So everything's going okay so far. So far, so good. Normal strings, they wouldn't be getting dull till, and I'm talking about like Dunlops. They wouldn't be getting dull till around week 3 or 4. So we're gonna see. That's the proving ground. Uh, Thank you. No problem. C note. The ability to lock in and groove totally. Yeah, groove would be a great asset. Tapered. I never played with tapered either, at least not to my knowledge. How do you feel about boutique basses? Would you ever get one? Um, I feel like at some point you're basically not paying for the craftsmanship and you're basically paying for a name. That's just my personal opinion. Now, that being said, if MTD wanted to offer me a sponsorship to play their basses, absolutely I'd take it. Because, it's MTD. Like, uh, Andrew Goucher, you got K Bass 1914, Norm Stockton, um, my man Bubby Lewis. Like they all endorsed, and they are monsters on the bass. Like they are monsters, leaders. And if that was an opportunity, I definitely do it. But now, would I go out by myself and buy a boutique bass? No. I'd much rather get a bass like made to my specifications, which I am kind of doing. So y'all stay tuned for that. Uh, BTK bass coming. Got to give it the dude to see if he actually gonna be able to put BTK on it. I think it'd be fire. Uh, let's see. Ruben, have you ever tried a Rickenbacker? I have, and that's one of the basses I will get one time in my life. I will own one someday. Maybe not today or next year, but one day I will own one. Hello from Greece. What's going on? How you doing, Mr. P Dash? Glary or SX? Uh, that's a really good question. They both make good basses. I'm gonna say that's hard, man, because for the price of one SX bass, which is like 199 or whatever, you can get two Glary basses. So at least two Glary basses. So I'm gonna say Glary. Yeah, I'm gonna say Glary. Where is my charger? Because we are about to die. I have to go and pick up my charger. All right, let's see. Guys, remember to leave a like. Thank you. Please do leave a like. It does help me. Do you normally play five string bass, and what's the advantage of playing a five string? It's an extra five notes lower. Other than that, if you don't want to play too close to your body, like in here, and play the notes, you have an opportunity to play a heavier string up top. So it makes that strike zone, the box of four frets, just a little bit deeper. So you could not move your hand as much and do it. That's the benefit of it, extra extended range. The downside is if you're only used to playing a four string, you may not use the five string ever. And then what's the point of having a five string bass if you never use the fifth string, right? So, and generally speaking, five strings cost more as far as string packs. Usually, five strings will jump you another $10. When you're buying strings, the actual price of the bass usually is more because it's extra piece of wood and all that stuff. So, if you don't need one, I wouldn't go out and get one. I need them, or I'm used to playing them, so I actually prefer five over four most of the time, unless I'm like, at a funk groove and I don't want to think and I'm just doing improv stuff. Yeah, I'll take a four. Um, Now, six string bass. If you do a lot of melodic chords and all that stuff, that's where six string basses come in and all that good stuff. Uh, are they necessary? No. Do I have six string bass? Yes, I have two. Both of them are SX basses. I'm actually looking at them over there. Let's see. Have you seen Davy 504? Yeah, I've seen Davy 504. I need that P bass. Read, you redone. Redo what up ATL? Okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah. He's talking about my Sire P7. I I put a wrap on the pick guard and the headstock and put red strings on it. So it actually looks real good. Yeah. All right. Low ends. I want to learn bass. Should I go to Guitar Center for lessons or could I learn the basics online? Basics online. And you could actually get to playing, like, once you own the bass and the amp, you can get to playing songs within that day. Or at least you can at least play um, like ska punk songs or like pop songs and stuff. You be playing that day. So I would definitely check out online before you go and shell out hundreds of dollars for lessons that are basically going to be like, hey, learn this book. Hey, did you practice this book? Give me $100. Might as well just buy the book, learn it at home, or go online. Or you can check out Scott's bass lessons. I'm sure he has like a beginning guitar academy thing and he teaches you stuff. That's another option. Or I actually did a video, so you want to play bass. I actually did a series of videos, and that's a playlist you can check out from the very, very beginning. And I talk about all the good stuff, which reminds me, I should probably get back to that and keep that whole thing going. you should post a video of you playing a 6-string bass. I think I actually do. I have a lot of them out there, but I will. I don't care. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Uh, I am actually doing pretty good. Just wanted to chop it up with the people for a little bit, and yeah, and find the most affordable 6-string bass and do a review. I enjoy your videos. I actually, I don't even know if you can get it, but this 6-string cost me, I want to say it was 199, and it's a SX bass. I don't even know if they sell them anymore. You might be able to get them on like, um, might be able to get them on like Reverb or something like that. What's your opinion on the Thunderbird? Is it a good bass? It is a good bass. It's very unique. I love it. I actually have one. Mine's right there. It's actually right there. Um, I don't know. It's actually right there. The 6-string bass. I have one that is right there. Oh, wait for it. It is right. Dang it. There. That's one of them. And then the other one has white strings, and it is over. How do I do this? I can't do it. Ah, it's over there somewhere. So yeah, yeah, somewhere. Yeah. Let's see. Would you ever get an 8 or 12 string? Those are fun to play. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even know what to do with myself. I feel like every bass I have, I want to slap, and I'd be terrified of playing an 8-string and slapping on it. So probably never buy one. Uh, and they got pedals that can like add octaves to what you're playing. So let's say good day to you, my brother. You be jamming. Forgive me not. I do, man. That's like my favorite song. What's up with your Raiders? I have no idea, man. I don't know. I don't know. A rap on a pick guard? Yeah, I do mean a wrap from like a. I put a wrap like you would put on a car. I put it on my side pick guard. Like I took everything off of it, put the wrap on, and then it was fairly easy actually. Um, yeah, and that's actually I have a wrap that I did to the bass that's I'm giving away. So it's pretty simple to do. Don't really have to have any skills. Just remember, put your pieces in a some type of tub so you don't lose them, and then take it apart, put it back together. It's pretty easy. Just started the bass. I didn't have much experience. I played the guitar though for some years. Okay. So I decided to turn it into a fretless, and I love the tone. What are your tips for a noob at fretless? Um, Resist the urge to slide to do this on the string. That's what I do. I'm used to playing fretted bass. You get all your vibrato from moving forward rather than up and down on a string. Other than that, trust your ear, trust your tone, because if you your hand knows where things are supposed to be. So just trust your ear. Trust that you can actually, know where you're going. And remember, worst case scenario, if you ever fall out of tune, go 1 fret to the left or go 1 spot to the right. You'll be in some scale. So yeah. Hey, Billy, I got my knobs that Eddie Stevens sent before my V7. Are they hard to replace with these chrome ones? No, you just make sure you don't put them down too close, and you'll scratch them out. So you got to be real careful with that. I'm actually about to go and get a cord because this phone's about to die. Golden. Sorry, can't really pause a live video. So, indeed. Oh, Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Is it upside down? All right. That's going to be horrible in post. My apologies for dropping y'all. All right. And we are good. All right. Again, my apologies for dropping y'all. No more SX Ursa Jazz from Rondo Music 5 or 6 string. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. I know I bought at least 5 since I met him or since Max Pride put me onto him. So, yeah. How many bases do I have? Probably over a baker's dozen. So, probably 13, 14. I don't know. I haven't counted in a while. Let's see. Let's see. It's hard enough playing a 4 string bass without adding the extra strings. It gets easier, man. And yeah, the more you do it, the easier it get. The less you have to think about what you're doing, the better you'll be. Man, that wall looks like heaven. It's alright. Yeah. Yeah. I did actually pick up a Stingray, so it's not a real one, but it's close. What do you think of the Thunderbird? I'm looking at some and was wondering what you think of it. I love mine. It gives me a tone that I didn't have before. It lends itself to rock, but I'm a funk player, so I slap with it. I slap everything, so I dig it. So, do you use the 3 finger technique? Nah, usually I just do 2. Do you play lead guitar? I can, not very well though. What's going on, George or Jorge? Do you tune standard or half step or whole step down on your bass? I tune standard generally, but I mostly have a 5 string bass, so I don't really need to tune down on like E flat. That's what I assume you're talking about. Yeah, and trying to do that detuning thing and keep it. It's just EADG. I don't care that much. Whatever. How about the EMG Geezer Butler pickups? Did you ever try those yet? No, I haven't. I generally go with Seymour Duncan's for the most part. I just like how they sound, so I haven't really went outside to like EMG or anything like that. If you have long nails, would that be a problem when playing the bass? I'm gonna say on the right hand, yes, because your nails will hit the string when you're playing. So unless you like that like picking sound, then that would be a problem. Now, if you had long nails on this hand, that you then have to worry about uh, scraping strings and stuff like that. But I've seen it. I've seen it before. And heck, my fingernails are kind of long at the present moment. So mm, let's see. Hey, Bully the Kid, what do you know about Nordstrand and Delano pickups? I've heard sound clips of Delano's and I played Nordstrand's in Guitar Center. For what I understand, they're good pickups. They're like a good company. I just haven't purchased any to like give them a for real testing on and stuff like that. So make sure this thing is actually charging. All right, cool. Let's see, what's the best kind of bass? One that has strings, preferably 4 or better. Kind of cap it off at 5 and 6 though. I guess you can play a 2 string bass. Wouldn't seem very fun. It'd have to be at least 3 so I could slap. Yeah. Anyway, are you in Texas? No, I'm in Oklahoma, but I'm from Texas. Hence the flag. That's always there. So let's see. Let's see what we're talking about here. Upon your recommendation, I've been using the Tone Monster preamps. Do you use any other low cost preamps? Preamps I buy are there, and they usually go. Um, the one I get is 89. I have a JZ3, and that one cost me 139. But I usually go out there for mine. I used to have a bass It was Squire Affinity jazz bass 5 string, and I put in a Seymour Duncan circuit. And it was like a concentric knob, so it was volume, blend, and then a stat treble and bass or whatever with the mid range switch. You can switch between two frequencies and stuff. I had that on the bass, and that was pretty cool. But that's the extent of what I've done so far. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a PJ with the Duncan bridge and DeMarzio on that. Cool. Team standard tuning. Have you tried the Ibanez SRSC 806? No, I haven't, but I have seen it. Which preamp do you prefer? Um, my favorite preamp is the Heritage 3 from Sire. Like, I love them. Like, it's dope. But purchasing, my favorite preamp so far has been the JZ3, and that's in my 6 string bass that I have over there. Uh, it has the ability for you to program what coil tapping situations. So you can like there's a 3-way switch, and you can set each one of different coil tap situations on like not coil tap, but pickup loading on the jazz bass. So it's actually pretty cool. And came with treble bass, high mid, low mid, volume, and then the blend knob. Has a battery sensor on it, so you plug it in, it shines a blue light and lets you know how much battery you have, and it runs off 9 volts. So I didn't have to drill down into the cavity of my SX base. It literally just tucks right on in. 3 screws, swap it out, put it down, boom, done. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, let's see. Please try big bottom bass mods. Just put them in my Ursa 5 with an RDF pre. Cool. You play some mean bass. Thank you, Solomon. All right. Hey, what up? I love the channel. Thank y'all so much. If y'all here, hit the like button. Thank y'all. Actually does help the channel. For whatever reason, if you don't get a certain amount of like views and likes and stuff like that, comments or whatever, YouTube doesn't put you in the running to like do anything.
Daddy.
What?
Are we gonna try this?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Hey. Yeah. Have you ever had a Fender or a Gibson bass? No. I have an Epiphone. That's kind of close. About $2,000 cheaper. Have you ever played bass mods, basses, and do you prefer 18 or 9 volt? I've never played a bass mods bass. If I guess 18 doesn't really matter. Most of the basses that I play for real, are 18-volt systems. But if I need more headroom, I just turn up my amp gain and volume. So it doesn't really benefit me to have the extra oomph on the bass when I could just dial it in on the cab. So the Mr. P dash, the bass snobs always surprised when they hear how my SX sounds with the JZ3 installed. Yeah, it's a monster. What's up, Bully? Sorry, I'm late. Just ordered my Fender Rumble Stage 800. Cool, it'll be here Wednesday. Congratulations. Cool, cool. Kids stole the show. Yeah, man. He don't care. He's like, you hear me talking? He don't care. He's like, hey, daddy, I made cookies. I can't eat no cookies, man. I'm on keto. Oh man. Crazy thing about the bass mods bass, it is from what I've seen expensive. And it's dope. I'll give you that. It's dope. And they make their own pickups or whatever. But like, mm, I don't know. I don't know. And I think I've had a bass mods preamp now that I think about it. I forget. I think I may have had it in like a Douglas bass that I got from SX that I got rid of. So yeah, I did have a bass mods preamp in one of my basses. I had an 18 volt pre and a Schecter, and I played and gigged around 25 hours a week, and they stayed hot for over 13 months. Cool. Mine's bass is heavy. Oh, okay. Cool, cool. You can get a used bass mines for about 900. Cool. Hmm. Bass mines are great. Okay. How much do you practice a day? Um, a day? I don't know, man, because I don't practice every day. But when I do practice, it's probably like for maybe like an hour or so. So when I practice, I'm usually going over the music that I'm going to be playing for the weekend. So I'll get the set list like tomorrow night. Like today is Sunday, so I'll get the set list tomorrow night, and I'll give it a once over. Probably go through the set list with the bounce, which is the program songs. Go through that like once to make sure I get it down, and then I think I play like a Wednesday service. That's a set list right there. And then I go and do Thursday nights. That's a gig. And then I actually sit down with the bounce for Saturday or Sunday on Friday evening when I get off work and sit down with that for about 2 hours, run it until I'm confident, charted, all that stuff. So anytime I sit down with it, probably like from 30 to 45 minutes at a time. Depends on how hard the songs are, if I'm inspired or not. So 30 to 45 minutes, long story short. What's going on? Hey Alden, how you doing? I bought the TMP5 105 due to your demo. I love it. It's a nice bass. It's actually runs hot. It's actually pretty nice, actually. A friend told me that the best bass is what I feel better. Do you think? Yeah. I mean, it's all relative what you like. So I have no idea what just happened, but I'm here. So yeah. Like I was saying, it's all relative to what you like. So if the bass that you have that you're playing with feels good and you aren't really hurting for another one, this is gonna be a thing.
This is gonna be a
I'm
thing.
not happy about it.
This is gonna be a thing.
I'm not happy about it.
This is gonna be a thing.
Anyway, I have two bass mods, 1.4, 1.5. Cool. What's up? What's going on, Revelation? Do you use any compression? Not usually on any of my videos. What type of video camera and audio you use for your YouTube videos? Just depends. Like right now, I'm on my phone. So sometimes I just plug my phone up and go for it. Other times I use a Canon T6i for the ones that have better video quality. Those are the ones I usually use. Um, as far as audio goes, all I have is a Scarlett interface, like a Focusrite Scarlett Studio, for the DI stuff I do, and no compression. What you hear is pretty much what it is. If I do any like sound manipulation, I'll be going through a tone hammer. So I plug my bass into the tone hammer and then run the DI to the Focusrite, and then that to the system. And what you hear is what you hear. Like I don't do much with audio or anything like that. Tiny, how long does it take you to learn songs? Um, I don't know, man. Anywhere from 4 minutes, depends on how repetitive they are. Um, Anywhere from 4 minutes to 15 minutes, just depends on the song and stuff. Do I use effects? Um, Usually I don't use sound effects or anything like that. Um, but I do have some pedals that I'm actually probably going to be introducing here real soon in some videos coming up. I think a flute player is messing with the channel, frustrated. Are there any other musicians in your family? Yeah, my whole family is musical. Um, they are all the singers. My mom was the piano player for the church. I used to play drums before I picked up the bass. My cousins, pretty much everybody plays something or does something. Either they can sing or they do play something. Um, yeah, it's pretty wild. Um, do you prefer jazz pickup or humbucker pickups? Uh, mm, it's really weird. Lately, I've been messing with P basses. So I think as I'm getting older, my tastes are changing. Um, but right now, because of this demo thing I'm doing with the strings, I've been playing the humbucker exclusively for the past 3 weeks or 2 weeks now. So, do I like it more? Not per se, but I do enjoy the sharp, distinct slap tone it gives me. So, team jazz pickup single coil. Yeah. Yep. All right. If y'all are here, all 26 of y'all, could y'all hit the like button if you already haven't? It actually does help. YouTube be tripping. And if I don't have a certain number of likes, I don't get put in the rotation. And I'm trying to grow the channel as big as I possibly can. So, y'all helping me is much appreciated. Thank y'all so much. How's keto going for you? And did you have the keto flu? Yes. Keto's going okay. I think at the heaviest I was two, no, I was 383 or 387, somewhere real big number. That's the heaviest I ever was. Now, I'm around 315 right now, and I kind of been stuck here for the past few months. So I gotta do some restriction to change some stuff up so I can continue losing weight. But it's going okay. Uh, if you do have the keto flu, flush your body with water. Like drink excessive amounts of water. That's my best. That's the best. If you're doing the keto diet, you have to drink way more water than you think you need to. Good rule of thumb is take your body weight, cut it in half. That in ounces is how much water you need to drink a day. So me, being close to 400 pounds, I'm drinking 2 gallons, drinking 2 gallons of water a day, which did two things: flush me out, right? But I also ended up getting my steps going back and forth to the bathroom and to the water fountain, filling up my bottle. So it was nothing for me to have 10,000 steps before like 2 o'clock or whatever. So, okay, are you playing with a group now? Um, I do Cypher 120, and that's we're a group called Good People. But like me actually playing with a group, no. I just play at my church, and then I do Cypher. And if I get proposition to come and like fill in for somebody or play for somebody, do a gig or whatever, I'll go and do it. But I'm not contracted to a group or anything. Do you use the 3 finger technique? Nope. Bully going to slap on a violin in the next video. If I had one, I'd do it. Uh, can you give advice when a keyboard keeps playing your bass lines? Um, some keyboardists can't help it. So I've ran across that where they play it or they just don't like that's just their normal where their hands go on the board. So that's a I can't really it depends on the person too. It depends on their temperament. If they're just trying to be an a-hole, then you really can't do I can't tell you anything other than blatantly confront them. Hey, stay off this side of the board because you're messing up my bass lines. If not, maybe a slightly more subtle approach, like hit them in the back of the head with your bass. Don't do that. Bass costs a lot of money. So you could probably just, up front, hey man, you're doing too much. You got pad. Don't, yeah. So I've ran across that. I've had that happen. So you're not alone. and that is to Norman Sanders Jr. I get the rest of the family to hit the like button. Please, thank you. It's cool. I mean, we got 22 people watching and we got 32 likes, so that's nice. Is it possible that you make another video about the funk technique, but for us, the beginners, I mean, so slowly? Okay, so y'all want another funk video? Okay. Can you explain Cypher? Cypher is uh it is a open mic jam session for anybody that wants to get down in the Tulsa area. So if you're a poet, if you are a singer, if you are a rapper, if you are, spoken word type cat, if you artsy like that, we've had cats come through and tap dance. We've had cats come through break dance. We've had cats like on the side of the stage drawing pictures of like, Miles Davis, Erica Badu, just randomly popping up. We got a lady who does arts and crafts and stuff like that, and she sells that at the site. And then got a lady that comes through and does cupcakes. It's just open to people that are like real chill, and it's a place for us to get all the ideas that we would have while we play that we can't do in church, to get all that creative juice out in the open. So it's cool though. Like, I might go live one time so y'all can see it, so y'all can experience what Cypher is. But I think I might actually do that. Just go live and then talk to y'all and maybe chop it up with the dude that actually started it, how it started, and all that good stuff. And then y'all know exactly what Cypher is. So that was for Good of Winston, or Goda Winston. Tiny just gave you a like. Appreciate it. I want to see you playing a Promise song. That'd be cool. I don't know if I could do that, but maybe in the future. Who knows? And then here's the thing: if I do that, and if I do a cover, YouTube will get ticked off at me about copyright infringement, and then I can get my channel axed. And I don't want to do that. So that's why I haven't done a lot of like covers. And I'm actually thinking about doing a channel where it's only covers. So if YouTube gets pissed off at it, then they can chop that channel off and leave this one alone for original content. Let's see. Don't hit him with the bass, hit him with the guitar. Have you played any Court brand basses? I have played a Court bass, just one. And it wasn't, maybe it was just the one I had. The one I had felt like a toy. I don't know. I don't know. And I've got cheap basses. It wasn't necessarily about the cheapness. It just didn't feel like it's giggable, but I'd be looking for something else like later on. So I don't know. YouTube ruined it for people who do covers. Yeah. I'm a lame pocket bass player who uses a pick. How you do? There's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with a deep pocket. And contrary to belief, there's nothing wrong with playing with a pick either. I can understand there are genres for that. Okay, I guess you can do it with mine. I guess you can do it in funk. You can do it in funk. I just don't. Like, I don't have the coordination. My right hand's not there. But yeah, contrary to belief, I don't judge anybody that uses a pick on a bass. At least you playing, because I know some people who can't play. So there's that. That's all I do is bass covers. Okay, cool. How do you feel about Derek Carr? Is he the right QB for Oakland? I had this conversation with a friend who's actually living in California at the present moment. And I feel like the Raiders have been messed up since Jamarcus Russell, which is basically the quarterback before Carr. Do I feel like he's the right one? I'm gonna say yes because he's pretty respected. That's what I feel like, and he can rally a team. The problem is the pieces to the puzzle. Like we lost Amari, right? We lost Antonio Brown. Thank God. But he doesn't have anybody that's like a viable threat, mid range, midfield, and deep threat to like force these cats like out in defense so he can like scramble and do what he needs to do. But I do feel like he is the right cat for it. I just feel like there needs to be a stronger, like a team captain figure. Uh, like what's Dallas without Dak Prescott? What are the Patriots without Tom Brady? You know what I'm saying? Like that figure. Like you say Troy Aikman, you automatically think Cowboys. You say John Elway, you automatically think Broncos. You say Carr, mm, is it his brother or not? You know what I'm saying? He doesn't hold that weight yet. He's not proven yet. He's a pretty good quarterback. He's just not proven. Um, so we'll see, man. I don't know. I don't like to speak on the Raiders. I watch them and I cringe. That's how I feel. I watch them like, don't get too happy. They may mess it up in the fourth quarter. Don't get too happy. They may mess it up. Okay, so as bases, we should know every technique possible, including the pick. That's true usually. Are you into Jack Pastorius? I'm assuming you mean Yako. Uh, yeah, he's a dope bassist, but he's not my go-to. I've been falling into Marlo DK a lot lately. If y'all don't know him, look him up. Marlo DK, cat across the water. Um, he's actually with Sandberg basses. Like he has his own signature model. I think a few of them actually. And that Caucasian fella is bad. Like he's a groovy white dude. Like he's hella groovy. Like Scott Divine's groovy, Yannick Guizdala's groovy. This dude here, like that, he has skills that I aspire to. Like he's nice, man. Like so when I need like inspiration to do like or want to steal a feel or something, he has like hundreds of them on his minor pentatonic lick, pentatonic groove in A. Like he's ridiculous, and his collection of basses is far more extensive than mine. So hats off to him, or fedora off, or London fob hat off to. I mean, whatever cats in UK wear. I don't know, whatever. Uh, Thank you, Sora. Thank you for answering that. I appreciate it. I play gospel gigs like you. That's the only time I don't use a pick. But in other bands, it's 70s, 80s style hard rock, hair metal. Cool, cool, um, cool. What I will say is, if you're ever trying to get out of that, I play pocket bass stuff. Work on mixing in pentatonic scales because it's easy and you can like once you get the theory of it behind you making feels and dropping something real tasty uh can be extremely easy. So like that's my go-to. Pentatonic scales are my go-to. um yeah, so that's a thing. Let's see what else I'm talking about. Yep. Hmm. Um. So this giveaway, I'm gonna be doing it. Hopefully, I think I'll actually do the giveaway on Tuesday and record it because I have a gig I have to play tomorrow, and I don't want to have to deal with that tomorrow evening or whatever. So I'll record it Tuesday. Today's Sunday. I'll record it Tuesday, and I'm going to use a randomizing software to choose a winner, and I will email that person. Oh, everybody that's entered into the contest, uh, I'm going to be hitting up your message on YouTube. So I'll click on you, whatever you are, and then go to your page, whatever you have set up, and send you a message. If you do not respond back to that message in another day, like 24 hours from that point, I'm gonna have to pick somebody else. Because you know, I've been saying I wanted to do this. Let's go ahead and get it out because I'll get cold feet and keep her because it's a good base. But I already bought her replacement, so she's got to go, or I'm gonna keep her. So I will be messaging whoever um, wins the base on YouTube in their YouTube messages. So be on the lookout for that if you are winning or if you do win. But keep a like check it or turn your notifications on. So if you do get a message from me, congrats first, and then you can respond back, give me your address and all that good stuff, and I could send it to you, the winner. Um, this is the first thing that I've done here at 20,000, and the next one is probably going to be. I'm probably going to give away. Probably going to give away this girl. Not my first base. This one. That'll probably be the 50,000 subscriber giveaway, or I'll buy a sire or whatever, and then give it away like that. So that'll be the next one at 50,000. So quicker we get there, quicker somebody else will get a base. Pretty much. Let's see. I play bass all over the world with a lot of heavy people. I can prove that to you through my credentials, probably if you like. You're one of the best basses I've come across technically. Thank you. I appreciate the snowflake. Incredible collection. Thank you. How to get in the contest. This is to Norman Sanders. So you'd have to go and number one, go to the video 20K base giveaway. Go to that video, and then in there you have to put your favorite bases, how you found the channel, and then go subscribe to me on Instagram at bully_the_kid. If you need help on spelling that, check the description, and I have the spelling of it on Instagram to yeah. So, and this is crazy. I actually like talking to y'all. So y'all messaging me and all that good stuff. I have no team. So when I respond back to you, it's literally me. Just like you talking to me now. This is how I am as a person. So just don't be weird. Like I've had some strange people say some stuff like, hey, give me a bass. No. Why? Because it's mine. What? Who just I'm giving away this one, but you gotta win that. And it's still mine, technically. I have to give you anything. You can give me anything. You can give me a string. Nothing. Craziness. Just don't bring foolishness to my page. It will be cool. All right? Cool? Cool. By the way, your opinion about Abraham Laborer? Who's Abraham Laborer? I'm not sure I know who that is. Who's Abraham Laborer? Laborer. Laborer? Laborel? David just started doing bass hangs. Wonder where you got the idea. There's no way I'm even anywhere on Davy's radar. Like nobody. I'm nobody. I'm a nobody. At least now there's no way. No way. I would be surprised if Davey like freaking subscribed to me one day. Like it's ridiculous. It's crazy. I'd be tripping that they got people with a lot bigger followings that I have subscribed to me. Like I forget, dude just joined like 2 weeks ago. Is that like 50 something or so? I was like, God, dog, what does that feel like? Anyway, but yeah, like Max Proud, I think he's subscribed to me. I talked to Rumbling Man on the regular. I think it's a trip that he even like hits me up. Like that's a complete trip to me. Um, I'm gonna actually say this one right because I said it wrong in the last live. Johnny Long, not Eddie Long. He subscribed to me. It's the Chattacaka. Yeah, Hobo Depot. So hey, I think it's a trip, man. Dude, I when the video comes out and they put it out, I'm watching. Like, and they actually watch me. That's I don't get it. But Abraham is legit. You should check him out after the stream. Yeah, I probably will. I don't have anything to do. I'm just watching One Piece anyway. Oh, for those that didn't know, I'm a my guilty pleasure is anime. So I'm a bit of a nerd. I don't tell many people, but you know, the millions that can possibly, the millions and the millions of the Bullies fans. Anyway, yeah, it's a wrestling reference. It's the Rock. But yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm not as cool and as I try to be. I'm not. I'm very awkward actually. Um, yeah, so that's my guilty pleasure anime. Right now, I'm watching One Piece, and I think I have like 900 episodes to go. So I don't know why I started, but I'm here now, and I got to see this thing through. So that's where I'm at. Abraham is famous with a lot of artists. He's in a lot of recordings going way back the 70s till now. Cool. Did you watch the Spencer Porter fight? No, I did not get the chance. Uh, what did I have for dinner? I actually did a double cheeseburger, and I got like a low carb bread. It's pretty nice. 11 out of 10 recommend. You Cavalry, you wow, yeah. Marquise. Why are you on my page? Yo, so Marquise James is a dope drummer. Like he's nice. Like he's nice with it. Why are you on my page? Why are you even on here? How did you even find this out? Oh man, tripping. Uh, Alan will give his own Italian voice reveal at 50K subs. I was. This is what's crazy. So we talking about Davey 504, and I thought the voice of him talking monotone was actually his voice. Evidently, that's a joke. Like he has somebody that talks, and then he goes back and just mouths what he's saying. Evidently, I just thought Davey's voice was. I like the bass. I play the bass very well. Slap. Nice. Like that's what he sounds like to me. I don't. And the dude's a monster on the bass. He's a monster. Million subs under his belt, easy. It's ridiculous the amount of fame. Like he's flying places just to play bass. That's that's power I wish I had. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play bass from Wrigley Field. Now, yep, I think I'm gonna go to Hawaii and play bass. What? Yeah. So evidently he doesn't use his voice. I think it's trippy. So I wondered what he actually sounds like. We in here, Doc, trying to see what bullet. All I do is talk bass, man. Bass. This is a bass hang. We talk about all things bass. Um, yeah, I was talking about the giveaway that's gonna be happening, stuff like that. And I have no idea what the ceiling is for this channel, but we'll push it as high as I possibly can. So there's that. 23 cats in here, 38 likes. If you're here, you haven't hit the like button, please do so. If you don't follow me, on Instagram, please do so. Bully_Thakidd. You know what I'm saying? Bass is life, Ruben. It's very true. Do I like fretless basses? I do. I just can't use them in everyday bass world worthy things. They don't lend themselves well to the type of music I like to play. So yes, I do. I like them. Actually, was given a nice little invention that kind of makes staccato playing a lot easier. I'm gonna put y'all on game about this. This is called a Fump. It's from Groove Gear, and basically you put this underneath the strings or on top of the strings, and it basically palm mutes the notes. Extremely useful when you got to play fast and you want like a staccato type of groove that you're building off of. Just slides right on, and then you good to go. Pretty dope. So I actually forgot I had this, and then one of my co-workers who also plays bass was like, "Hey man, I found this here. I think you gave it to me to try out, and giving it back." I was like, "Cool. I'm gonna use that on the gig." And I'm actually gonna play a different bass this Thursday because I'm tired of playing the M2. I gotta play that freaking Saturday at Life Church. Actually, got to play it tomorrow with Marquise tomorrow at Life Church. So you know, I definitely got to use a different bass from this. Ooh, I'll probably bring that blue one out. Yeah, yeah. Probably gonna bring the blue one out. I'm talking about this one. Probably gonna bring her out. Or I might bring her out. She nice. Rosie Perez. So it's either the blue one or Rosie. I don't know. We're gonna see. Mm. Let's see. How often do you change your strings? Usually about every 2 months, every 3 months, depending on how dull they get or what I want to use the bass for. But usually around 2 to 3 months at the 3 months at the most. Do you play a four string very much? I do. It's going back and forth between four and five difficult, at least when you first started playing a five. Yes, because the neck size is a thing that you got to get past, and then when you play a five so much, you just kind of, and then you go to a four, you feel limited in the amount that you can do because you don't have that extra extended range. So when you first start out and you swapping between them, it is a little bit difficult to do. Um, let's see. I love to hear you play on the Stingray, brother. I think that bass would suit your playing style perfectly. You're correct. I actually own one, uh, and that's why I bought the two M2s because of the humbucker, and I think that is my, like, that's always been my dream bass, a Music Man. So I'm getting one made. Ooh. So I'm gonna end up getting a bass made that's gonna have a Music Man pickup on the back. It's gonna be a five string. It's also gonna be sexy. Yes. Uh Quilted maple top. It's probably blue burst on black, gold hardware, headstock matching the body, no pick guard, no inlays. It's gonna be sexy. It's BTK bass. It's coming. Trusting God for it. It's coming. Let's see. Much success to you, bro. Any advice for those starting a channel? Yeah. Um, Put out content. Like no nothing. This is to Tay Base Walker. Uh, Put out content. Put out content that you enjoy, regardless of what people are asking you to do. If you like what you're doing, it'll show through. Like, I like playing the bass. I like teaching. I like helping. I like interacting with people. I'm a people person. So whenever I record a video and I'm playing, that personality you see, that's actually me. Like, I'm actually that way. Like, when I say I forgot that y'all were there, I literally forgot y'all were there, and I was just grooving on the bass. for a little bit. So when I apologize, it's not for a gimmick, it's not for a show. This I'm legit. Y'all weren't there because y'all not here. Like y'all are watching the camera, but it's just me and this camera in here, and it takes no time for me to forget the camera's there. So just like I'm talking to this camera, this phone right now. So it's just that simple. But I'm talking specifically to Tay Base Walker. Just put out content. Put out content. That's all you got to do. Only thing stopping you is you. Put it out there. And when you put out your content, make sure you have your tags for what you're doing. That's going to be in Creator Studio. Uh, Email me or message me on YouTube if you actually want to like talk about it and stuff, and I can screenshot show you where all the stuff is at. Do I like metal? Absolutely. Favorite metal band is Rage Against the Machine. Close second behind that is ooh Rage, number one. Number two, I'll probably put No Doubt, my second favorite, but they're not really metal. So Rage, mm, Trivium, Lamb of God. If I'm going real heavy, Oceano, Whitechapel. Uh, Death Clock is pretty cool. They're pretty funny. They're extremely intricate. Uh, yeah, I know I'm blowing some people's minds. Like, this black dude, what the heck you talking about Whitechapel? They're extremely heavy. Extremely heavy. Don't judge a book that's cover. Let's see. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I just, I just to share on Facebook. Cool. Thank you. T Pocket, what's happening? It's now 2 in the morning here in the UK, and I just fell over through tiredness. Man, be safe. Hopefully you fell in the bed, but don't watch me in the bed because it's like I'm in the bed with you. That's kind of weird. I don't. I do that with my basses sometimes. That's neither here nor there. Um, have you tried out the second gen side basses? Yes, I actually own a second gen N2, and then yeah, that's the only one I have. My P bass is first gen. My vintage V7 is first gen. My first M2 is first gen. Only second gen bass I have is the M2, the black one. All right. What's happening, Danny? What's going down, man? Do you ever consider looping your drum and bass track just a video of you getting down? Yeah, yeah, but like I don't know. There's only so much. There's only so long you can hold like somebody's attention while you funking. You know what I'm saying? So it was a thought. Like I've got a few tracks that I've already like laid on drums that I'm gonna be putting bass lines to. I just haven't pulled them out or used them or whatever. Um, yeah. So every once in a while I hop on it, just hit record and see what happens. So and now you do what they told you. Now you under control. Thank you. I got 3 vids, but you inspired me to continue. Cool. I'm gonna have to check you out. And you might want to put a picture up. Tay Base Walker. You might want to put a picture of yourself up or something, because this is just an empty user here. LO, I need to listen to their music. Yeah, it's pretty heavy, so be prepared. I'm assuming you're talking about like all the death metal bands and stuff I was talking about. I would love for Sarah to make a 6 string as well. Any 6 string. But, whatever. Have you used the bass wah? Yes. I actually have one over there. It's not really a bass wah. I play bass and it's a wah pedal. I got it for like $42. So I was like, it's a crybaby for $42 and it was new. So I use it. The only problem is whenever I turn it on, I lose most of my low end. So I have to like EQ the bass differently. And that causes problems here and there. But it's fun to mess with, especially when you're soloing and you're not using bass. So yeah. What amps do you use the most frequently? As of late, it's been my Trace Elliott Elf and my Aguilar Tone Hammer 350. Other amps I mess with is the Fender Rumble series. I've had two versions of the 210s. Y'all seen my videos. I had the Fender 500. Traded in and got the Rumble Stage 800, and I really liked that one. And then somebody liked it more, and they bought it for more than I bought it for, and I was like, all right, now I bought those amps. Um, Other bass amp I had was EBS Raidmar, same situation. Dude was like, yo, that's a fire amp. How much you pay for it? I told him I paid 700. He was like, I'll give you 850 for it. Why don't you just go buy it for 700? He's like, no, I want to use that tomorrow at a gig. I was like, go ahead. So I sold it. I mean, it's equipment. I'll buy some more. I don't know. Whatever. Uh, what's a good fuzz pedal? Man, I'm actually kind of glad you said that. I'm actually gonna show you something my homeboy Danny actually gifted to your boy for his birthday. Y'all hold on, I'll go and pick it up and I'll be right back. Do do. Oh yeah, yeah. All right. So, my man Danny Dutero, he's watching. Appreciate you, homeboy. He actually gave me this TC Electronic Honeypot. There's gonna be a video coming out where I demo this thing. Yeah, and I'm gonna demo it with my rock bass so you can feel every piece of it. But yeah, it's a basic setup, extremely simple. Tone, sustain, volume. Yeah, you usually don't get into any juicy stuff until you get like the tone real deep and it gets real saturated. This can work on a lead guitar as well as a bass. I play it on bass. I actually haven't tried it on a lead yet, but yeah. So if I was gonna suggest, if you can, check these out. Check these out. Yeah. Let me put you somewhere where you can't get messed up. So yeah. I'm gonna order a Glary. Can I go into my studio mixer or do I need an amp? You can go directly into your studio mix, but I would definitely look at getting some type of interface software or maybe like a. Just depends on what you're trying to do. So for me, I go Glary bass, cord to my interface, into my DAW, which is Reaper, which is a free digital audio workspace that you can download to your computer, completely free, really easy to use. And Well, I say it's free. Like I had the demo of it, which is the full version for like 2 years, and I just forgot to buy it or whatever. So I just recently bought that and Fillmore, which is where I do how I've been doing the end screens where I have like, oh man, I haven't dropped that video yet. Yeah, I got some goodies for y'all that's gonna be popping out. Y'all gonna dig these. So I've done a few where I did like end screen, like it was the main picture, and then on the bottom over here will be me doing something like video is playing and then I'm playing along with the video. The Fillmore is the software I use to actually make all that stuff happen. So, but I got a dope video that's gonna be coming out real soon. Yep. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Tay Bass. Appreciate it. Awesome. Have you ever considered thinning out your bass collection for a dream bass? I know it's hard to do when they all have sentimental value. Yeah, I have, and that's probably the reason most for this giveaway here. It's just one more 5 string that I haven't used, but then I bought a replacement for it. I don't know. So, um, yeah. Now get this. I didn't expect to have more than 9 basses. Like I only bought like 9. All the rest of these have been like deals. Like I was with Sire and they gave me a discount. They ended up sending me 2 basses for like a fraction of the price. Because I did demos of their basses, they caught wind of it. They asked me if I wanted to be an artist, and I was like, sure. So that's how I got my first M2, and then that's how I also got my P7. Um, yeah, or it might be both of my M2s. It might be both of my M2s because I think I already had the P7 and the vintage one. But yeah, that's how that was that. So basically, I paid a fraction of what the actual bass retails for. That's that. And then Glary sent me three basses. So that off top is five. And I bought that one, I bought that one, bought that one, bought that one. That one was given to me. That one was given to me. Bought that one, bought that one. So I bought eight of them or nine of them. I don't know. I gotta sit down with it. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, let's see. But yeah, I did think about that. But as long as I got all these rack hangers, I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep all my bases. Now, in transport, that may be a problem, but for now, I'm cool. Let's see. What about an Ibanez bass tube screamer? Never played it. That may be something I have to look into. But hmm, how long have you been playing bass, and how did you learn scales? I've been playing bass for going on 14 years, 15 years, and I learned scales as a means to increase my hand speed. So, first scales I learned was major, minor, and then the pentatonic, and that's pretty much all I really learned. Like I maybe in the last 3 years I started dabbling in arpeggios and stuff like that, but that's a recent thing. So you can pretty much gig and get by creatively with those three scales. I mean, you can learn the Aeonian, Aeolian, Mixolydian, Lydian, Dorian, all that. You can learn all those. That's cool. All the different iterations of the major scale. That's fine. Or modes of the major scale is basically doing a major scale but starting in different spots. Or like, so I think Dorian is like starting at the fifth position and then running the major scale to the fifth position or something. If I understand it right, you can learn that, but using it unless you are mentally on that level to where you mentally remember what you're doing, it won't. So basically, make sure you understand your major scale, kind of dabble in your minor scale, and then really hammer down pentatonic scale. Pentatonic scale is extremely simple. Most music, especially for bass, is really basic. No pun intended. That was too hype 876. Thomas Higgins, you're a super cool dude. I dig your channel a lot. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate it. I try to be as cool as possible. Do you think 50 or 75 watts is enough for playing live? I'm thinking about buying a Hartke combo amp, HD 50 or 75, and I don't want to have excess power I don't use. Um, it depends on the size of the venue. If you're playing like a club, I would generally try to get to like 200 watts or so. I would definitely look at like the Ampeg Scrambler, like see if you can get you a 115. Maybe not a 210 because I think that's like 500 watts. I definitely look at Fender Rumble. They have really good setups. I also look at the 115. I think that's 200 watts as well, and they're relatively cheap. I think you can get one like used from like Reverb for probably like 250. Um, but yeah, that's what I would suggest. So no, it really depends on the venue though. So if it's a small coffee house, coffee shop type deal, you could probably get by with the 75-watt joint, because the louder you turn it up, the more it's gonna distort, and the hotter the amp will go, and then eventually it'll just put on you. So it's always better to have more headroom than needed. That being said, I have a 4 ohm cabinet that I shill over here with, and I use my Trace Elliott F, which puts out 200 watts at 4 ohms. And the venue I was playing was about the size, of two Starbucks, like the inside area. It was probably about that wide, and it was doing pretty good for that. There's a chance I'm gonna go live Thursday, so y'all can check out the venue that we do Cypher in, Juice Maker Lounge, which is in Tulsa, and it's a relatively okay venue, but for them, they're running a Mark bass 210, and I brought in my Seismic Audio 4.8s, so I'm getting full 4 ohms, a full 500 watts to all the drivers. So it's 210s up top and then 4.8s down below, and sounds pretty good, man. Does the job. Does the job easily. Let's see. Are you going to see Snarky Puppy Friday? No, I hadn't planned on it. I think I have like a date situation I gotta go on Friday. Uh, and it's not with a bass this time, which is weird for me. Let's see. Maybe 300 watts minimum. Depends on it depends on the venue. So I would definitely not go any lower than 200 watts. Have you tried a wall bass? No, I have not. Alan, you still using the Focusrite? Yes, I am. Not often, because most of the time when I record using the audio or using the microphone on the top of it. It's pretty good. And if I want to play out, I'll just play in my cab, and then the room you can hear it. So, ever try Schecter bass? Yes. Extreme value, perfect for just about any genre. Yeah, I used to own a Stiletto Extreme. It was a 6 string and gold hardware. It was a nice bass. Somebody broke into my house and stole that bad boy. So that's chalk it up to the game, man. They needed it more than me. Um, Never found it. But yeah, I used to have a Schecter. I think it was a Stiletto Extreme. I think that's what it's called. It was a sexy bass, man. Man, it was hot. That bass was given to me by my boy Brian, and it just got jacked. Took me off. But yeah, uh, Mixolydian mode sounds pretty cool. I'm learning. Cool. Thank you, man. I'll look into the amp thing. Yeah, actually, it depends on if you're in the States. Joda P679. If you live in the States, I check out Z Zounds. You can put it on a payment plan and pay it off as soon as you want to. So like I had some stuff like this drum set cost like $1,700, and I didn't have 1,700, but I wanted to get it, so I did the down payment or whatever, and then every week I set aside $50, $100, and paid it off. So it's possible. And they give you, for me, they gave me a year to pay it off. I think now they stretch it out to like 18 months if it's a big enough purchase. But there are options. Sweetwater, American Musical, Toman Music. If you live across the water, I think that's one of them that you can do that with. Should I buy a new bass or mod my current? What's your budget? uh, and are you handy with modding ability? Can you mod your own stuff? Because it may not be worth it to buy all this stuff and to have somebody charge an arm and a leg to get it put in. Or you could just buy another bass that'll do whatever you want it to do. Have you seen or heard the new PV Max amps? They're pretty sweet. They are pretty nice. I actually got to mess with the Mega Mini, the head, with all the bells and whistles and the lights and all that good stuff. It's actually pretty stout. It's a pretty stout head. So respect the PV. That's another brand that you can get something relatively cheap and be rocking. So yeah. Blessing Bullet. Have you ever tried playing a Reverend? Decision, Justice, Mercalli, Thundergun, and Dub King basses? No, I haven't even heard of any of these basses you talking about, Torn Mask. Reverend, I've heard of that company. I didn't know they made basses. The only ones I've seen were like Tellys and freaking, what are they called? Strats. Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of Stratocaster. Hey man, just came on. Just want to say thanks for all the work educating us. Thank you, Michael. It's a pleasure. Okay, Hype 876. I'm trying to teach myself how to play bass, which is why I asked about the skills. Do you know any helpful resources besides YouTube? Uh, Google, you can pretty much print out how-to books and do that. If you live by a guitar center, you can have somebody there teach you how to play, which I feel like you get more out of doing YouTube, just learning lessons on taking lessons on YouTube for free. Um, Amazon, you can get you a booklet if that's how you learn, or you can just take the bass and sit by the radio and play what comes on. Put on your favorite songs, keep on going over, put them on repeat, go over them until you get them. That's how I got better. Like I literally just sat by the radio, turned it on, play the commercials. So I'm in church playing ba da ba ba ba. I'm loving it. So yeah, I like how y'all think I got all this money to be buying all these different basses. Like David Eden, I've heard. Like I've had an Eden cab before. I think it was an 8-inch speaker. It was my practice speaker. It was pretty sweet, especially the enhanced knob. But like their high end stuff, it's like a leg and half my soul to buy that thing, man. So I don't really rock with Eden too much. Um, but Eden does they do have nice stuff. The guy that gave me the uh, Schecter bass runs Eden. I think he has the Traveler head, and I know for sure he has a 110, and I think he has 810s, a Eden cabinet. But yeah, it's pretty serious. He's out there, and he plays in a mega church, so he's doing his thing. Um, I love to see you and Rumbling Man get together again. Yeah, man, he's a real cool cat. He's real chill. One of my favorite cats on here, man. I actually live in Chile, South America. Keep good content. Okay, cool. All right. How you feel about Bleach not ending? And did you read the manga and hated the rush ending? No, I've only seen up to what Crunchyroll actually like. That's why I watch my anime on. What Crunchyroll actually ends it on. So I don't particularly like how it ended, and I didn't want to get ticked off by reading the manga to see how it's supposed to end or where the differences are. I didn't want to even do that because I just get mad. So I just left it where it was. I like it though. It kind of got Dragon Ball Z-ish, where it's like he's awesome, and then he goes through something and he gets awesome, and then he loses his powers, and then he comes back even more awesome than when he before he lost his powers. I was like, come on, man, that's like Goku dying, and then he comes back like twice. How you come back way stronger than when you died, bro? Like it's like Goku died. Oh, they got a new bad mother out here beating up everybody. Goku's like, he's in heaven. He's like, hey, let me down there, cuz I need to go handle up on him. Boom, Super Saiyan 5. What? How do you hide your How do you do that? I don't that's neither here nor there. I ain't even watching Super. Let's just move on. Okay. Here in Mexico, it's so expensive, honestly. Do you know a cheaper price store where I can buy? Um, I definitely go to Sire online, like Sire guitars. Try to look up their stuff because they're always nice with the prices. At least a V3, you can real talk use just a V3 and then like kill it because V3 is basically the same thing as a V7 and the V9. Really, they all have the same preamp. The only difference is aesthetics, maybe composition, the wood, whatever. But you can get whatever sound you want to. Ted is watching in Pasadena. What's going on? Is that California or Texas? No problem, hype. What skill do you like to improvise on the most? This is to Eduardo Ayala. Pentatonic, usually. That's usually where I go uh, when I'm just doodling around, whatever. I used to play the Gilligan's Island. Yeah, man. We jamming. Start a Patreon. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's something y'all get aboard and do. And I already don't make enough videos, so I wouldn't even want to do that. Just like y'all give me money. I'm not about that. Um, I'm excited that y'all are actually watching and talking and stuff. If you care to give me money, just I guess give me money here. Boom. Somebody did it earlier, but it's not my thing. I do pretty good for myself. YouTube is not a job for me. YouTube is just fun for me. Do you know why people love Mark bass amps so much? I would assume this is to Kumo 11, to K Humo 11. I would assume because of the hi-fi sound you can get out of it, like it's almost a boutique amp, but mass produced. So that's what I would assume. If people usually play Mark bass, chances are they're really heavily into jazz or really heavy into slap because they get a real hi-fi sound or whatever. I've been learning a lot from Sir. Good job. Thank you, John. In your collection, what's your number one bass? The one bass you gotta take to the grave. Hopefully I don't take any to the grave, but if it's gonna be a bass that I just gotta have, if I lose all the rest of them and I only got one, it's gonna be the first bass I ever own. So it's my Ibanez Roadstar 2 bass. This bass is like 4 years older than me or 3 years older than me. So, and it's the first bass I ever owned. It's a P bass. I beat it around. It's been lived on and lived in. Got it back from my uncles or from my home church about 4 or 5 years ago. I think 4 years ago. And he didn't want to give it back to me. Like he was like, if you want this bass back, you got to give me a bass. So I have bought a blue bass. I gave it to him. And then he gave me my first bass back. Ain't that a biscuit? It wasn't yours. Why the hell you? It's ridiculous. Family. Yeah, so y'all want to see that? Let me go grab her right fast. This is right here. So yeah, this is her. She has been lived on. To say the least. I think you call it relicking. She's been relicked. She's been abused. She's been thoroughly relicked. There's some weight reduction happening all on this, but dang, still in tune. Might as well, man. I ain't doing much. Let's see if she actually works. Just so happen to have an amp right next to me, which is my rolling cube. So let's see what she does. Okay. Yeah, man. These strings are ridiculously old and they still sound good. Small girl. Still kicking. Years and years of disrespect. Still kicking. Yeah. Let's see. Whatever happened to so you play back? Oh, whatever happened to so you want to play bass videos? Um, I was making them, and it didn't seem like many people was like actually watching them. So I kind of was like, maybe they don't care about it. But every once in a while, I might go back and hit up something like show some bass licks or something like that. But I basically gave you everything you need to like get up and actually start playing. So anything other than that is just conjunction. What's your take on Les Claypool? I think he's extremely talented bass player. He doesn't get a lot, or he doesn't get as much respect as he deserves. So, ain't go wrong with Old Faithful. You ain't right. You ain't wrong about that. Thanks, man. Your videos have been really helpful. Bye. Peace. Leave it out adds character. As long as you play smooth. Yeah, man. That sounds nice. Now you have the bass on your hand. It's possible the flavor exercise. Now that you have the bass on your hand, it's possible you make the flavor exercise slowly. What? I don't know what he's trying to say right there. What's good with 3-string bass? Super or hyper arpeggios? I've never played a 3-string bass unless I lie, because I broke a string in the middle of a song. So I guess technically I played a 3-string bass for about 10 minutes or so before I swapped basses. So 3 is not enough, man. Like I got frustrated. There was other stuff and other flim flam chicanery I wanted to do, and I just couldn't do it because that elusive G string snapped. I snapped my G string. I'm childish. Don't judge me. Let's see. Shout out to Alan's mom while he noodles. Telling me needs more videos, getting his groove on. We need to see more of Alan's bass face. Mickey Santa Maria. Oh, that's the dude with the nasty slap skills. Yeah, he's gross. Uh man. Yeah. Yeah. Mama Bull, man. Mama Bull, man. I appreciate her because she had to go through it. I sucked at some point. Like I'm not great now, but I was poo cheese at some point. And she rocked with your boy, and then she was about that life. She played piano, so she would come in and I bring my little amp in there and I just swing her around. And I was just trash. I was just trash. She just loved me. Mama Boo. Yeah, man. Uh, Classic G string gag. Yeah, man. You gotta do it every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is just keep on giving them more character. This is my first bass, and this is it, man. Like it's my girl. Like she's in the center of all my other basses because they need to know from whence they came. You know what I'm saying? It's she's nice, man. Like she had amenities that I didn't even know. Like she has a truss rod adjustment here. This is an 83, yo, or 80, 84, I think. They got basses right now that has up top adjustment. You know the tuning forks and stuff. This one you just boom, do what you gotta do. It's crazy. Engineering. Oh, love it. But yeah, yeah, and I think this is like a one-piece maple neck. Truss rod was put in from the underside, and it's just one piece maple. It's nice, dude. I didn't know how nice it was. I probably should have took better care of it. But she's still kicking. Still kicking. Oh, you wanna know how dumb I was as a kid? I thought that anytime I put on new strings, this is how they're gonna line up. So I marked them with a Sharpie so I didn't have to tune. So dumb. So dumb. I left it there as a reminder of how stupid I am. I didn't scrub it off or try to like make up a story behind it. No. I was just dumb. So dumb. Anyway, 24 people got to hear a dumb story about me as a kid. And now that I think about it, I think I had this bass when I was like 14. So that puts me at about 16 years. Um, Sorry, bro. Your video about funk technique. You do sing flavor and add some feels like percussion. Yeah. Okay. This is to George Trujillo. I think what he's talking about. If I'm gonna do it, might as well, right? Got the bass. All right, let me just scoot you on back here. Bring you on down so you can see this here. I think what he's talking about is and that's just twills. So I do it here. And that's all in the box. So yeah, it's so pentatonic scale. Right? You can also do it. Wait, so you also do it. Or if you're doing like an embellishment, you would do. It's all pentatonic. So yeah. Let's see. It's a Bully custom now. What's your favorite bass for playing some heavy stuff? Let me guess. The Epiphone. Yes. Very true. Also, I do dig off on the Stingray, the sub I got. That's pretty nice for playing heavy stuff. And then my Raider bass, which is a Music Man, is a Aguilar Music Man style pickup. That's pretty nice on the heavy tip too. So those are the three that I normally do it with. I literally tickled my guitar when I first learned to play. I tried to play bass at 14, couldn't make it happen. It started with the drums. I can dig it. That's no problem, Joyce. I'm here to help, man. I've been on this for an hour and 44 minutes, and it is gonna be getting late. I'm surprised the first lady hasn't came in here and screamed at me about playing this at night. I think Monster's sleep. Monster's my son. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this bad boy. Thank you to all 25 that stuck around and that watched this whole thing. Thank y'all so much. Try not to go over 2 hours whenever I do stuff like this, bass hangs. And I really only wanted to do this for 30 minutes, but conversation was so dope. If you're here and you haven't hit the like button, it does help me so much. If you could hit the like button before you deuce out, that would be great. Thank you so much. Let's see, what else y'all talking about? Good chilling with you. Peace out, Tiberius. Isaiah, am I still making those workout videos? Yes. He may be talking about my secondary channel. I was gonna do like where I chronicle my journeys for lifting weights and all that good stuff, but I don't want to be the a-hole in the gym recording himself lift heavy weights. You dig what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy. It's always weird to try to explain it. Yeah, I got a YouTube channel. How many subscribers you got? I don't know, like 200 or something. What are you doing? I don't want to be that guy. So I kind of chilled out with that. Um, but yeah, I do have a secondary Instagram account. It's called Everyday Bully, and I'm gonna be hopping back on this weight loss train, switching up some stuff. So hopefully I can be to a slim trim 250 before this time next year. That's the original goal, so I can be less of a bully than I am now. But yeah, there's that. So thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and chunk this out. Peace out, Chris. Nice talking to you, Ruben. Vin Rock, peace. Federico, peace out. Always good watching. Leon, peace. Thank y'all. Till next time. Peace.